Hello and welcome to Okumat Online Academy. In today's lesson, we want to talk about how to convert numbers from base 2 to base 10. In the last lesson, we talked about how to convert numbers from base 10 to base 2. So today we are just doing the opposite, that is converting from base 2 to base 10. If you are given a number in base 2, let's say we have 101 in base 2, and we are asked to convert this number from base 2 to base 10. How can we do this? That is what we are going to learn in this lesson. To do that, the first thing to do is to write each of the numbers. We have 101. Now pick the first number there, which is 1. Multiply it by 2. Multiply by 2. Then count the numbers that are after it. This is the one we are working with. So we count the ones that are after it. That is 0 and 1. So we have two numbers after the one we are working with. So we write 2 raised to the power of numbers that are after it. We have two numbers after the first one we are working with, which is 2 raised to power 2. Now we write plus. Now pick the second number, which is 0. We have 0. Now we say 0 times 2 again. Each of the numbers, anyone we pick, we times it by 2. So 0 times 2. Now how many numbers are after it? We have only 1 after it. So we say 0 times 2 raised to power 1. Now pick the third one, which is 1. We say plus 1. We times it by 2 again. Times 2 raised to power. How many numbers are after the last one? There is nothing after it. So we put 0, showing that there is no number after it. So it becomes 2 raised to power 0. So this is the first thing we do. Now the second step, we find the powers. That is, we say 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 1, and 2 raised to power 0. Now this one becomes 1 times 2. 2 raised to power 2 is 4. So that becomes 1 times 4 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 1. Anything raised to power 1 is that number. So 2 raised to power 1 is 2. 3 raised to power 1 is 3. 4 raised to power 1 is 4. 4 raised to power 1 is 4. 5 raised to power 1 is 5. 6 raised to power 1 is 6. Any number 100 raised to power 1 is 100. So here we have 2 raised to power 1. So we are going to write 2. So 0 times 2. Now the last number is 2 raised to power 0. Now any number raised to power 0 is 1. So 1 raised to power 0 is 1. 2 raised to power 0 is 1. 3 raised to power 0 is 1. 1000 raised to power 0 is 1. 100 raised to power 0 is 1. So here we have 2 raised to power 0. So it is going to give us 1. So we say plus 1. Now that becomes So we now say 1 times 4. It now becomes 1 times 4 is 4, plus 0 times 2. Anything times by 0 is 0. Then plus 0. This one times 1. So 1 times 1 again is plus 1. So we are now going to have 5. That is 4 plus 0 plus 1. 4 plus 0 is 4. And 4 plus 0 is 4. And 4 plus 1 is 5. So we have 5 to base 10. If it is base 10, we can leave it. We can decide not to write 10. Normally, we can write base 10 to show that it is base 10. But if it is in base 10, we normally leave the base. So we just write 5. So 5 is the answer. Let's see another example. Assuming we have 1010, and we want to convert this number to base 10. This number in base 2, and we want to convert it to base 10. Now the procedure again, we pick the first number, which is 1, then we times it by 2. One times 2. Then we count the numbers that are after it. We have 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 numbers after it. So we say 1 times 2 raised to power 3. Now we put plus. We pick the second number, which is 0. We say 0 times 2 raised to power. You count the numbers that are after it. We have 1, 2. So we have 2 numbers after it. So it becomes raised to power 2. Then we pick the third number, which is 1. We say 1 times 2. We check the numbers after it, which is 1. That is only the 0 is after it. So we say 2 raised to power 1, then plus 0. The last number there is 0. 0 times 2 raised to power. There's nothing after 0, so we put 0. So we now find the powers. 2 raised to power 3 means 2 times 2 times 2. 2 raised to power 2 means 2 times 2. 2 raised to power 4 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now we are working with 2 raised to power 3. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 1 times 8 plus 2 raised to power 2 is 2 times 2, which is 4. So 0 times 4 plus 2 raised to power 1. I said that anything raised to power 1 is that number. So 2 raised to power 1 is 2. Now 2 raised to power 0 is 1. I said that anything raised to power 0 is 1. So we have 0 times 1. So we now times all this. We multiply 1 by 8 and we get 1 times 8 is 8 plus 0 times 4 is 0 plus 0 plus 1 times 2 is 2 plus 0 times 1 is 0. So this becomes 8 plus 0 is 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 0 is still 10. So we have 10. So we see that 1010 is equal to 10 in base 10. So this is how to do this. Let's look at another example. If we have 111 and we want to convert it to base 10, how do we do it? We pick the first number again, which is 1. We times it by 2. Then we count the numbers that are after it, which is 1, 2. So 2 raised to power 2. Then plus, we pick the second one, 1 times 2. How many numbers after this one? Is only 1. So 2 raised to power 1. Then plus the third one, 1 times 2. There's nothing after the last one. So we say 2 raised to power 0. 2 raised to power 2 is 4. So we have 1 times 4 plus 2 raised to power 1 is 2 plus 2 plus 1 times 2. Then plus 2 raised to power 0 is 1. That is 1 times 1. Now we are going to have 1 times 4 is 4 plus 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 times 1 is 1. So everything now is equal to 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So 7 is the answer. 7 to base 10. This is the answer. So this is how to convert numbers from base 2 to base 10. I say that the procedures are, first of all, you get the first number in the numbers you want to convert to base 10. You multiply it by 2. Then you count the numbers that are after it and you use it as a power and put it on top of the 2. Then later you find the power, get the power of the 2, and then you multiply it by the number you have, and finally you add whatever you have to get the final answer. I believe that this lesson is very, very clear. Thank you.